On September 29th, 2023, the first Black president and only the second woman to hold this position was inaugurated at Harvard University as the 30th president. Hello everyone, my name is Monet the Creator and I'm bringing a very special video to you all today. As I said in the introduction, our first Black president was inaugurated just 2 days ago at the time of this recording, and it was honestly an experience that I could not have missed. I am so happy and blessed to have been in the presence of that, and I wanted to just share a little bit about my experience and the inspiration that I received from being at this inauguration. So first, I'm going to start with a little bit of background about our new president, President Claudine Gay. So Claudine, first of all, is the daughter of 2 Haitian immigrants. That is honestly what makes this even better, on top of her being one of the first Black presidents of Harvard. She is also a political scientist by training. She did her undergraduate at Stanford in economics, and then she went to Harvard for her PhD in political science. She then returned to Stanford as an assistant professor and was later advanced to an associate professor. At the time, she was teaching political science at Stanford. President Gay was then recruited back to Harvard to be a professor in government, and she was also appointed as a professor in African American Studies. And then she became the Edgar Lee Family Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, where she was overseeing both undergraduate and graduate level education. Out of over 600 nominees, Claudine Gay was selected as the next president for Harvard, starting in July 1st of this year. So the inauguration was an absolutely beautiful occasion. The design, the materials, everything was just absolutely beautiful. There were over 7,000 people in person at this event, and I could only imagine how many people were watching the live stream. I believe the Obamas and like Allison Felix was even there, so it was really a big event and a historic event to be at. And I will say it was well worth being at the event, even though it was basically raining the entire time. I'm not going to touch on much else from the inauguration other than her speech, because I really felt like it was one of the most inspiring things that I have heard in a while. Her main focus for her inauguration speech was about courage and why not. She spoke a lot about Harvard's recognized history of slavery or the displacement of indigenous peoples. And she also touched on how higher education has been receiving some doubts in recent years. In fact, I believe the stat that she reported was about 40% of Americans don't believe that higher education is good, which is honestly very disheartening to hear, as we are the oldest institution in America and we have so much knowledge, so much courage, that we should have unwavering confidence in being able to make waves of change in the world, regardless of what these thoughts or opinions may be about higher education. And as I mentioned before, the root of her speech was why not, why here, and why now? But most importantly, she spoke on why not me. And honestly, I'm not going to share any more about her speech. That's like a serious Cliff Note version of it, but it's about 25 minutes long, and I'm going to put the link in the description to the live stream, and I'm sure that you could check that out and hear the full speech, as well as all of the other inauguration festivities and speeches that were going on. Honestly, everyone that spoke was absolutely amazing, and it was so exciting to be there. And now I just want to touch very briefly on what this inauguration means to me and what I got from being in the presence of history. So first and foremost, Claudine Gay was one of my convocation speakers. So during my orientation last year, she was one of my speakers during that event. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not remember what she said during that, but I remember that she made me feel welcome and she made me feel like home. And that is very challenging at this institution, naturally, especially as someone of color. And I just remember so fondly the way she made me feel after that event. Within a few months of that, the emails started going around that she was selected as the next president of the university. And honestly, I was like, duh, like I'm not even surprised. That's absolutely amazing. I remember I told myself like, oh, I need to put this on my planner. I need to be there. I need to be there. I couldn't even express how excited I was because, like I said, this is the oldest institution in America. We have our first Black president inaugurated, and this is only the second woman to be leaving Harvard University. And honestly, for me, her speech hit so close to home, especially thinking about my personal statement and the direction that I want to take my life after grad school. And I am starting to ask myself, why not me? And I guess I want to touch a little bit on that as well. I've had an awful lot of doubts about starting this channel and about getting into science and media and all of these things, especially about the goals that I have been setting for myself, because they are very much out there and not the typical scientist goals, I guess you could say. But now I'm wanting to change my narrative from what I just said to, well, why not me? And if not me, then who? And if not now, then when? I want to eliminate that limiting belief in my mind of being a scientist and only being able to fit in a certain box when it comes to my career. And this speech was honestly exactly what I needed to hear, just on time. And I'm so blessed that I was able to be there and watch all of this and listen to all of this live. So that's really all I have to share about the inauguration. As I said, I'm gonna definitely link the inauguration down below since it was live streamed. It was an absolutely beautiful event, and if you have the time, I would definitely recommend checking it out. If you would like to see more videos, please subscribe, like, comment. Definitely let me know what all you would like to see next, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.